Hello YouTube, this is Iosapplepro coming to you with a new video. Now this video's topic will be Notification Center. Now basically what I'm going to show you is my top 5 favorite Notification Center tweaks / widgets for iOS 6. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into it and show you them. Now the first widget I want to show you is called Wii Toolbox. It is up here at the top of my Notification Center, and it is basically shortcuts on your Notification Center. Now as you can see here, it comes stock with 8, but I've disabled it to only 5 because 3 of them I do not use. So the ones here are make a phone call, make a text message, take a photo, turn on your flashlight, and power options. So if we look at power options, you can see respring, reboot, shutdown, safe mode, and those are basically pretty standard things that you'd use all the time. Now if we head on over into settings, you can see the configuration for this tweak. If we go to the bottom of our jailbreak section, you can see 8 slots. Now my bottom 3 are disabled, as I have already said, because I do not use them. Those 3 I don't use are Facebook Update, New Tweet, and uploadspasty.org. So as the ones I've already stated here at the top, you can change them to your liking. After you're done changing them, you do have to click Apply Changes, which basically resprings your springboard. So it's very simple, very nice, and very nice looking. So let's move on to number 2. Alright, so the second widget I want to show you is called NC Settings. Now, it's here under Wii Toolbox, and it has the same concept with the toggles on Notification Center. It just has a lot more variety and a lot more options, as you can see here. Now, I'm just going to name them off to you, and then we'll head over into Settings and see how we can change it and configure it. Now, here we have Wi-Fi. Here we have Volume, then Brightness. After that, we have our 3G, our power options, which are Respring, Reboot, and just Power Off. After that, we have our flashlight, airplane mode, cellular data, vibrations, ringtone, hotspot, portrait lock, location services, private browsing, and lock screen. Now, if we head on over to settings, you can see there are a pretty good amount of things you can change with this. Now, we'll start with the toggles. Now, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can change the order in which they're in. If I wanted volume to be above Wi-Fi, you can see they have swap places. So let's change that back. Under that, we have theme. Now, there are downloadable themes from Cydia. I haven't downloaded any because Blue, which is the stock theme that comes with NC Settings, is pretty nice. It basically makes it, when you turn things off and on, it makes it blue. If I were to have it on default, as you can see, it's just white. Now, let's change it back to blue. Now under that we have volume, which is the volume it is referring to, whether it be audio, video, or ringer. I have it set as automatic, and the vibration is also what it's referring to. I have it set as both. Under that is toggle text. If I were to have that on and pull down Notification Center, if I were to change it off, it would tell me Wi-Fi off, or if I were to change it on, it would tell me Wi-Fi on. Same with 3G, 3G off, and 3G on. So that's kind of useful if you like that. I don't really need it, so I have it off. Now the toggles per page is basically kind of exactly what it says. If we change it to 4, it does have 4 toggles per page, and if we have it in 3, then it does have 3 for portrait. Now if we change the landscape, if you're using an application where you're in landscape mode and you pull down Notification Center, this is the same thing. It's talking about how many toggles it has on each page. So I like to have that set to 6, and then also reset all settings. So that is NC Settings. Now we're moving on to the third widget. Alright, so the third widget I want to show you is called InstaSnap. It's this third widget right here, and it says tap to snap on it. Now on the normal iPhone unjailbroken, it has the share widget, which has like Twitter and Facebook, but with this, it's an Instagram widget, since the normal iPhone stock does not have it. Now, if I were to tap on it, it would take me to my Instagram camera, but unfortunately, I cannot do that because it interferes with my screen recording. But it's really cool, it's free, and it has a cool little widget, and it's useful. I use it all the time. So, yeah, that's InstaSnap. Let's move on to the fourth one. Alright, so this fourth widget I want to show you is called NC RAM. Now, it's this one right here that says available mem, and then 110.406 megabytes. Now, it basically, the name says it's the available RAM you have on your iPhone, right from Notification Center. Now, it does have a lot of configuration to it, more customizations than I expected. So if we go into settings and we scroll down to NC RAM, we see a good amount of customizations here. Now, we'll start from the top. Widget height, that's pretty explanatory, which, like, if I were to turn it all the way up, as you can see, it doubles in size. And if I were to turn it all the way down, it has become too small for the letters to even be seen. So I do have it about 1/3 of the way up. I think it's a nice height, maybe a little bit more, about halfway. Alright, see, that looks nice. And then under that, you can see the text XMM, kind of the text string. So if I do change that to anything, let's say I want change it to Iosapplepro, and then I go to settings and back into NC RAM. You can see it has changed to Iosapplepro, which is pretty cool. If you do want to change it, I just have it as available memory. Oh wow, that was horrible. Available mem. Alright, so that is the text string. Now if we go down refresh, it does give you a kind of exactly what refresh is. It says it uses more memory and can store it on your device, but its purpose is to refresh if the view stays open for a long period of time. So like as you can see, if I have it open, it does change periodically, which is what refresh does. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of memory, and I do think it's kind of useful, so I have it on. So under that, we have the color of the actual text. If I were to turn red all the way down, as you can see, it has changed to just blue. And if I were to turn it up, it is purple. So I do have it on purple because that's kind of the theme with my phone, as you can see. And then the font size, which is also self-explanatory. So I could change that like all the way up, and then I could change my widget height all the way up. And it does kind of, you know, defeat the purpose because you can't really see anything. But if you do want to make it really small, you can make it really small. Or if you want it, you know, medium like I have it, then you can. So let's turn it down a little bit. So yeah, that is NC RAM. Now let's move on to our last widget of the video. Alright, so this last widget to wrap up the video is called Tell On Notification. Now it's this last widget down here, it's the smallest one, and it says telephone number to call. Now if I were to click on it, you would type in any number, and it would basically call it if you were to click this button over here, right from Notification Center, without the need of going to your contacts and opening the dialer and all of that junk, when you can just open your Notification Center, type it in right here. So it's kind of useful because you can just make calls directly from there and with no hassle at all. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's small, it's free, and it's very useful. So that's the last widget I want to show you guys on my newly jailbroken iOS 6 iPhone 4S. These are all compatible with iOS 6. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll catch you on the next video. And rate, subscribe, and watch my other videos. Alright, see you guys.